Hi, I'm Zary and I'm here with my little assistant Misa. In today's video, I'm reviewing the Cheeryep FLORTTE Life Palette. Right off the bat, I really enjoyed working with it. The mattes layer beautifully and blend easily, but some of the shimmers are a bit tricky. They can feel sticky and don't always pick up well with a brush. First, I'm about the shape of my eye using a Maybelline pencil. I draw a line on my upper lid and sketch out the wing, but I don't connect the two lines. From the palette, I take shade number 13 with a pencil brush and apply it to the upper lid along the guideline I created with the pencil. As you can see, the shadow looks a little patchy here, but that's actually because of my eyebrow hairs in that area, not the formula. Next, I take a thin angled brush with shade number 7 and go over the edge I marked earlier with the pencil. Then I go back in with my pencil brush and shade number 13 to deepen the wing. Using a blending brush, I soften the edges of the wing on the lid. I also use shade number 13 on the lower lash line and blend it out. With a flat brush and concealer, I clean up the lower edge to sharpen the shape. Then I take shade number 10 on the same pencil brush and apply it to the inner part of the wing, slightly running it along the lash line. I also apply it to the lower lash line and blend it out. Using the angled brush again with the shade number 8, I refine and blend the lower edge of the wing for a smoother transition. Next, I take a flat brush and apply shade number 15 to the center of the lid. This shimmer applies really well with a brush, unlike some others in this palette, which I'll show you later. With another flat brush, I pick up shade number 4 and apply it to the remaining space on the lid. Blending it into the previous shimmer. Then I take a fluffy flat brush with shade number 11 and apply it to the inner corner. I also apply shade number 15 to the lower lash line. Now I'm using the Suva Beauty water activated liners and a thin brush to draw a black wing. Make sure to do this with your eye open so the line stays even. I curl my lashes and apply Maybelline mascara to both upper and lower lashes. Then use a pencil on my lower waterline. And this is my final look. For the second look, I take a fluffy natural brush with shade number 7 and build the shape on both the upper and lower lids. Then I use the darkest shade in the palette, number 16, and apply it to the deepest point of the eye, blending it into the previous shade for a smooth transition. With shade number 9 on a fluffy brush, I blend the upper edge. Shade number 2 didn't pick up well with a brush, so I applied it with my finger to the center of the lid, then softened the edges with my blending brush. I draw black wing using the water-activated liners. With a flat fluffy brush, I apply shade number 11 to the inner corner. Curl my lashes and apply mascara. Then I use liquid glitter to draw a line underneath the wing. And this is my second look. For the third look, I take a fluffy brush and apply shade number 1 to the inner part of the upper lid and under the brow on the outer area. I also apply it to the lower lash line, repeating the same steps on the other eye. With another fluffy brush, I take shade number 14 and apply it under the previous shade in the inner corner, as well as to the outer corner and lower lash line. Repeating the same steps on the other eye. Using the same brush, I pick up shade number 13 and apply it to the inner and outer corners of the lid, extending the shape. With a flat fluffy brush, I try to apply shade number 6 to the center of the lid, but it doesn't work well with a brush. So I switch to my finger. I draw a black wing with the water-activated liner. Curl my lashes and apply mascara. And this is the final result for this look. For the first look, I take a fluffy natural brush with shade number 3 and apply it to the upper lid. Then with shade number 9, I build the shape. Using the darkest shade number 16 again, I deepen the inner and outer corners on the upper lid blend, 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 blend everything for a smooth transition. And also apply to the lower lash line. I use my finger to apply shade number 12 to the center of the lid, then blend the edges with a fluffy brush. With a thin flat brush, I apply shade number 12 to the center of the lower lash line. I line my lower waterline with a pencil. Draw a black wing with the liner. Curl my lashes and apply mascara. Now I'll show you how I do the rest of my face to match this eye look. I start with a BB cream all over my face. Then I apply bronzer under my cheekbones, on the tip and bridge of my nose, under my lower lip, and on my forehead, and blend it out. Next, I apply red tone blush to the cheeks, closer to the center of my face, and blend it out. I use concealer under my eyes and to clean up the blush. I set the under eye area and around my nose with loose powder. Then I apply highlighter to my cheekbones, the tip and bridge of my nose. For the lips, I line them with a lip pencil. Then apply a dark gray gloss and blend it out with a brush. And here is the final result. Personally, this look is my favorite. Let me know in the comments which of the 4 looks you like the most.